Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and this is Tuesday's Treasures. Yeah, it's Tuesday's Treasures, that time of the week where I try to make a little extra money selling some of the comics I've got. And I've got a bunch of them. I mean, I've got tons of comics. I've got all kinds of stuff, and it just keeps growing. If you look at the background, you'll understand Collecting Chaos. Because, yeah, it's all chaos. But some of the stuff back there is for sale, some of it isn't. If you see something you want or you like, point it out to me. The worst I can say is, nah, and the best I can say is a price. So that's how we'll see that. I'll give some time for people to show up. They forgot that I'm on. I don't know. There are a few things I'd like to discuss, and one of them is when you go to buy a comic, what do you look for? Should you prep it at all? Should you be ready before you go in? Let's say you go, you hear that there's a comic that you're interested in a store, and it's a little on the high side. It's let's say it's about a $40 or $50, and that's near mint, unslabbed near mint. For a slabbed comic, you can probably double that, probably $100. What grade do you want? Do you want the best possible, or do you just want a copy so that you have a copy? That's kind of an important thing to answer before you even go and look. Do you want one that's a 9.8 graded comic, or do you just want one that's very fine or better? Do you want something to fill a hole, and as long as it has a cover, you're happy, which is sometimes that's what I settle for on the older ones, especially with the older Silver Age and late and Golden Age. Sometimes I'll just, if it's a comic, I'm happy with it. We'll get to that. You know I accept Cash App. I'll get up to that. How are you doing, Roy? It's all of that stuff is important to make up your mind before you ever walk through the door of a comic shop or start looking online for the comic that you want. I mean, obviously, everybody wants a 9.8 Hulk 181. Hell, I wouldn't turn one down if I could get one at a reasonable price. But not everybody has the money to buy a 9.8 181. Not everybody has the money to buy a 181 too. So you have to settle. You have to decide what you're willing to, where are you willing to go? Kenneth Bird, glad you could stop in. And one of the places to go and look, of course, is YouTube. There's a lot of people on YouTube that do have good they know what to look for. They give you good prices. They got a lot of us on here have really good quality, and the prices are reasonable. We're not trying. Most of us are not trying to rip you off. Most of us are offering prices that are reasonable for what we're presenting. Yeah, I got a comic that I said I want $175 for. It's right over here somewhere. But for that comic in that condition, that's a reasonable price. It's in there somewhere. We've got one that I want $75 for. That's a reasonable price for that comic in that condition. Graphic Man, how are you doing? Glad you could stop in. So that's what you have to look at. You have to decide what is the grade you want and how much do you want to pay. If you want to pay less than what it's worth, then you might not get it, or you might have to settle for a lower grade. If you're willing to pay a little more than what it's worth in the condition you want, you might do better. And that's one of the reasons why I keep telling people, get a copy of this. It doesn't have to be this exact one, but get an Overstreet guide. Number one, it has a lot of research in it, a lot of information in it. And I'm not talking about prices. I'm talking about information on the comics. You want to know how many comics you're going to run? Well, the price guide can tell you. You want to know some of the artists? A lot of the artists are listed in there. It tells you. You want to know about promotional comics? They're in there. So, how you doing, Jason? Glad you could stop in. Jocelyn, glad you stopped in. There's a lot of things to look at in that book, and I'm not just talking about prices. Now, for the older comics, Silver and Golden Age comics, that aren't key issues, the prices in there are perfect. The prices are almost always on the money, within a couple of dollars here or there. So that's a good thing to look at for that. And I do sometimes I'll price stuff out there in deference to eBay, which gets more expensive. I saw somewhere, I saw one of these listed on eBay today for $150. It's at most a $10 book. They wanted $150 for. Totally unreasonable, totally way overpriced, and it was not graded. It was just raw, just like that one I just showed you. There's another comic I saw that was $135. It's only worth like 10 bucks. That's because people have a comic and they think it's rare, and so they put a huge price on it, and it's just not. It is. I think that was a DCU comic. It was they wanted $135 for it. And then the very next listing, or two listings down, was the same comic for like $15. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna try a little experiment on how I show you comics. And yeah, polybag, $10. That's it. And it's the same one that's in there when you get all the extras. Just kind of keep your mind on what you want to pay for what. You're not always going to get what you want for the price you want to pay, but a lot of times you can get close. And sometimes you'll see something that's more expensive, but just a little bit out of your price range. If you make an offer, sometimes the people will take the offer. I offered somebody $100 on something that they wanted $125 for. Yeah, okay. He took it. Now I'm thinking maybe I should offer him $75. But no, when you make an offer, don't get stupid. If it's a $100 book, don't offer them $20. That's insulting. If it's a $100 book and it's worth $100, you might offer 80 or 90. But if you offer 20, number one, you're going to piss the guy off, and number two, you're not going to get it. That's lowballing, and that's just not a good practice. Yeah. Yeah, there's that too. People do put stuff at ridiculous prices, and then you see them sell, and then all of a sudden somebody says, "Wow, that sold for that much. It must be worth a lot." And the price gets inflated, and nobody buys it. One of those things. Anyway, I'm going to try something a little bit different. So we'll see how this goes. Let's see. Where am I? And we'll see how that works. It's a little bit off. Like I said, I'm trying something a little bit different. But yeah, the camera is not doing what I want it to do. Yeah, it's not going to work today. I'll have to play with it a little more, I think. I had it working great earlier. But then something happened and I had to change things around. There you go. Robotech the Macross Saga. It's a $20 comic. It's in gorgeous condition. It's wraparound cover. Yeah, the least I will take. I don't know. Did you make me an offer? That's the least I'll take. Did you make me an offer yet? If you make me an offer, I'll tell you if I'll take it or not. The least I'll take on any book is probably what I just offered it to you for. But it never hurts to ask. It was a $20 book, but tonight I'm willing to part with it for $15, just because why not? And like I said, it's in gorgeous condition. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a little closer. I just wanted to show the whole book. I'll work it out by Friday. It should be good. Next, I got this one, $5. If you want it, $5. I think that's totally reasonable for that. It's in nice shape. It's not the one I read. The one I read was a newsstand. Why, I don't know. And if you want to claim these, I'll start telling you how to claim them on the next one. This is Two Gun Kid number 76. I've never shown this before. It is in a Mylar. It is out of my collection, but I decided to let it go. This has been filled out. So the comic is originally from Santa Cruz, California. I'd go $20 on this. Okay. I have it on high, so maybe I should change it to 720. This is Two Gun Kid 82, and it has some Kirby art in it, along with some other artists. This one, it's not in as nice a shape as the other one. It does have some chipping. It has a watermark here, so I'd go $5 on that. And those are both Silver Age. This is a Bronze Age. This is low grade also. Nice Severin cover. Needs a clean. The press wouldn't hurt it. Cleaned and pressed. You might get it up into mid-grade. Again, I'd do $5 on it. This is number 110. It's in a little bit better shape. Has a slight spine roll, some spine stress here. It's still a fairly nice comic. They're not that easy to find. Again, I do 5 on it. And then I've got this one. This is book 2 of the Sunset Riders. It's never been opened. I've never read it because I don't have number 1. So that one, it was originally a $7 book. That's the cover price. And that was the cover price back in the 90s. I'll go $5 on it. And I have some things that came out of my collection because it turned out I had more than one of them. Action Comics 862. Another, no, I'll go $3 on that one. This is the one that a DCU copy they had listed for $135. I don't know. I'll sell it for $3. And it's this is a raw copy, but it's in nice shape. It's got a next up, Action Comics 890. Lex Luthor cover. That's a $5 book all day long. And I do see him selling for more than that. Next up is my $175 X-Men. That one probably is going to end up on eBay. I'm going to take that off. You guys should know who I am by now. My shipping is simple. My payments are simple. If you've never bought from me before, you have to pay up front. My minimum shipping is $5. The maximum is $10. And I ship right away. You know, it's when I get paid, the next day it goes out, unless, of course, you pay me on a Saturday afternoon, in which case I can't send it out till Monday. So there you go. That's my shipping. I do take Cash App. I do take PayPal. I don't take anything else right now. Yeah, that's a nice X-Men book. That's in really nice shape. I would put this probably around a 9.4, possibly a 9.2 or a 9.4. Next up, 4, number 218. I believe I said $10 on that. Yep. That's what I wanted for that, was $10. And Thor 219, another book that I wanted $10 for. The Black Knight #2 newsstand. I don't remember what I wanted for that one, to be honest with you. See if it's on my list. No, is not on my list. Oh no. Since I don't remember what I was going to sell it for, I'll say $3. Probably it was probably $10 since it's in the $10 stack. X-Men 196. Another $10 book. Captain America 333. I'll go $5 on that. That's cheap. Captain America 307. A dramatic look back at the invaders of World War II. It's also got Madcap in it. So $5 tonight only. Number 303 with Patrock. Another one, $5 tonight only. $5. I'm going to do some $5 books here. Actually, let's go ahead and put that little sign up if I can find it. Starfire #1. Looks like it's come down a little bit. Gwenpool Strikes Back #1, second print, variant cover. I grabbed the wrong stack. That's a $10 book that you can buy for $5 right now because I grabbed the wrong stack. All right. Pirates of the Dark Water #2. And #3, $5 for both. PSI Force #1 newsstand, $5. Yes, it was a cartoon, Jason. I like these. PSI Force. Why do I like it? Well, let's see. That might be the reason right there. Fischero did the art. Guardians of the Galaxy 18, $5 for the second appearance of the new team, and of course, they're getting punished. And the first appearance of the new team, Guardians of the Galaxy #17. Fantastic Four #11. They're still $5 each, 2 for $8. Secrets. Glad you could stop in. Now I guess it's time to annoy Jason a little bit. Green Lantern 50th issue, Parallax Rebirth, Blackest Night, $5. You know I got to do that to you once in a while. Legion of Superheroes #31. Fantastic Force #1. Chromium wraparound cover. Death's Head #2. Iron Man 202. The Iron Manual #1. Fantastic Four #2. Pokemon. Free comic book day. My Hero Academia. Generation Next. Number one. G.I. Joe number 113. Green Lantern 111. Stay out of the way here. Might want to put some tape over that blue light, prevent it from shining on the comic. Fearless number 2. Fallen Angels number 1 in the newsstand. Wonder Woman Immortal number 2 in the Future State storyline. Well, get some money. Get your stuff set up, Jason, so you can start buying stuff. I will sell it to you if you get your stuff set up. Johnny Quest, number 24. Not a wraparound cover, but I like the back cover anyway. So. Jack Kirby's Fourth World, number 1. We'll stay on the leash until you get yourself settled. Avengers 48. Fantastic Four 16. DuckTales number 13. Firestar number 1. Green Lantern 55. Brightest Day. No gold on the cover. Rescue Rangers, Chippendale, IO Dinosaur. You know it's good when it has a dinosaur on the cover. That's number 9, by the way. Amazing Spider-Man Annual, 1999. Red Goblin variant, number 1. A Red Goblin number 1 variant. The Amazing X-Men number 2. Superman number 78. Hardware number 8. Look at the bright side, Jason. I'm not showing any Daredevil yet. Transformers Terminator number 1. IDW. Justice League Last Ride number 1. Fantastic Four 14. Doom Patrol number 1. Wraparound cover. Green Lantern 110. G.I. Joe 112. Cerebus 62. And 66. And Hercules number 3. So did you like that way of me showing comics? It's easier for me, I think. My arm doesn't get tired, that's for sure. it's kind of tough. You know, sit here and you show comics one after the other. And, yeah, I know eventually I'll start getting people buying them, but it takes time. If you have any questions about comics or anything, you can go ahead and ask, and I'll try to answer it the best I can. If not, I think I'm going to close it out early. My stomach is starting to growl a little bit, and it occurs to me it's been a while since I ate. Not that long. I mean, I ate breakfast about 9 o'clock, so and it's just now coming on 8, so it's not been that long. I've got I got to get ready for Friday. Decide most of these that I've been showing the last week or so, they're going to go in boxes. They're going to get put away for however long. So yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. Is I'm going to go ahead and shut it down, and we'll do this again next week. But next week I'll be prepared, and I'll have something to talk about in the event people aren't buying something. So it won't be. At least somebody might learn something. Uh, Comics are fun. I've enjoyed collecting them. I read my first comic in 1961, and the comic was from 1959. So it was a 2-year-old comic when I got a hold of it. And so 1961, I read my first comic, and I've been reading them ever since. Kind of addicted to them. If I had been smart, I would have been buying Golden Age back then when they were reasonably cheap. And Golden Age are still, unless you're going after the big keys, Golden Age comics in general are still reasonably cheap. You can get them for anywhere from $5 to $50 and get something decent. There are some that are more expensive than others, but in general, they're not that hard to come by and get a good price on them. But when I think of the idea that I could have bought that first one for $1,000 and had the money in my pocket and didn't do it, and it's $1 million book. And yeah, I'm talking about Action Comics #1, but the condition it was in, I would say it would be maybe $1 million book. It wouldn't be one of those 3 to 5 million. It wasn't in that great a shape, but it was really nice. Definitely a fine copy. In today's vernacular, about a 5.0, maybe a 6. Would I have sold the Spider-Man #1? Yeah, I would have sold it anyway. I mean, anytime you can buy something and make 10 times what you paid for it, sell it. Not being a huge Spider-Man fan, it doesn't bother. The only comics I've ever regretted selling was my Action Comics #9. Or no, excuse me, Action Comics #19, because I will probably never ever have another copy. And Hulk 1 through 6. But Action Comics #19 paid my rent for a couple of months. And Hulk 1 through 6, well, I've regretted selling those ever since I walked out of a place with the money in my hand. So I've regretted that decision for 40 years at least. Probably, let's see, 47 years I have regretted selling the Hulk 126. Probably should have bought another set back in the 90s when I could afford them. Oh, it happens. I'm going to go have some dinner. Everybody have yourself a great week. And make sure you come by Horizon Picks channel on Friday, see what I have to sell, and see what everybody else has to sell too. It's always a lot of fun. It is the longest running Friday night comics sale on YouTube. So yeah, come and see him on that, and we'll see you then. In the meantime, where is it? I lost Velcro. Oh no. Oh, there he is.